Everybody get up.
Welcome to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella, and today I have a very special guest co-host, Modona. Modona, welcome to Body Shop TV.
Thank you so much.
You were a guest on our show a couple of weeks ago, which I always enjoy your company.
Thank you.
So Body Shop TV is all about giving you information about wellness and relationships to aid in the longevity of both. As you can see, the body mechanic, once again, is not here with me. He's traveling abroad, giving his skills of massage and body work to people in the Bahamas. Lucky body mechanic. We miss you. Hope to see you next week. But today we have an awesome, very interesting topic that I was inspired by the topic because I have a very close friend of mine. Oh, hold on. Welcome to Body Shop TV.
Hello, Alicia. It's me, Pat.
Patrice. Hi, Patrice. How are you today? Welcome to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella today.
Hi, Chella. How's everything going?
Everything is good. We're just talking about the topic for today, women and crabs in the barrel.
Yes.
And I have a very special guest co-host with me, Modona Coley Lacey with me. And I have
Hello?
And I have three other women in the studio with us. We're getting ready to talk about women and crabs in the barrel.
Well, can I just say something real quick?
Please.
I think if women would just merely pass on information to other women, it would help them get out of the barrel instead of pushing them into the barrel.
Very good.
And I'll give you just a little example of what I'm talking about. I was talking to a girlfriend of mine the other day, and she's younger than I am, and I've been on Social Security for quite some time, and she's getting ready to go on in a couple of years. And I told her, do you know how much you're going to be getting? And she said, yeah, I got a letter 5 or 6 years ago. And I said, no. I said, get on Social Security, their website now, and check out, because you've been working for much less money. And Social Security is only based on your last 40 quarters. The last 10 years you work is what they base your payment on.
Right.
She was shocked. She thought she was going to get from that big money that she had been making. I said, oh, no. So you better get on there and check it out so you'll know how to plan. Because she's getting ready to buy a house. I don't think that's going to be a good move for her.
And I just learned yesterday that because of the deficit, we're going to get a maximum of $2,000 per month.
See? She thinks she's getting 28.
Well, it's a wonderful thing that you were there to guide her and to as to how she can get the information that she needs to proceed. Isn't that a wonderful thing?
No doubt.
Yeah, being a grandmother, I was trying to teach my granddaughter the other day about finances. Do you know the kids don't learn anything about finances in school? And I was really shocked. She knew nothing about checking book, a checkbook, a CD, what that was, and
Grandma, if I might interject here, it's also the job of grandparents, parents, and all others at home who are capable of helping the children, to give them this information. So please do not sort of blame it on the school or expect them to be all and do all to our children. That you have to come up with your supportive services too.
True that. True that.
Yes, it is very true.
Yes, so it's a good thing.
I try to teach from experience, whether someone taught me or whether I learned it the hard way. I try to give this information, especially to our female children, as much as possible, because I know men do help the boys. So we women, we have to help the girls. We have got to stop being crabs in a barrel. We have got to pull each other up.
That's right.
Well, utopia would be when we do not see the need to educate one group and not the other, because I find that when we teach them alongside each other, that the world becomes a better place. One knows what to expect, and one knows what to get, what not to expect. So it's like that. So that's utopia for me, and I hope that's where we would go today, this afternoon, after having discussions with all these young ladies that we have here to enhance this, the theme of this program, this program today.
That's right. Well, Patricia, thank you so much for calling Body Shop TV.
And you're welcome.
And keep us locked every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m.
I love you all.
I love you more.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
So I just want to bring us up to snuff as to what's going on at Body Shop. We are hosting our monthly Touch Sensorium this Monday, August 18th. Everyone's welcome to come to get free massages, wellness modalities at no cost. We're inviting vendors to come, have tables to display their wares this Monday evening, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Jewel, which is at 400 Broad Hollow Road in Melville. We also are hosting an awesome second annual Body Shop Blue Party on September 21. It's going to be at Southside Fish and Clam Restaurant in Lindenhurst. And that's going to be a karaoke party, 4 o'clock. Hold on. Body Shop TV? Not right now. So, Madonna, welcome to Body Shop. I'm so glad that you're here.
Yes, I'm glad to be here too. Thank you for inviting me.
When I chose this topic, I was wishing that the body mechanic weren't here, because in meeting you and in having you on my show a few weeks ago, I really enjoy your wisdom, and I knew that you can bring it to the table on this topic. Hold on. Body Shop TV?
I am dialing in for the call.
You're on Body Shop TV. Who's calling?
My name is Chantel.
What's up, Chantel?
How are you?
I'm on top of the world. How are you?
I'm great.
What's your comment or question, dear?
I don't have a question. I was just calling to listen in.
Okay, please do. Are you tuned in?
I'm trying to tune in on the web, and I can't, so that's why I just dialed there.
I'm sorry?
How do you tune in from the web?
You can go on to bodyshopenterprises.com and then click on TV show, or you can go on to madhousetv.com and listen live.
Thank you.
Okay, sweetheart. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, yes, that's why I invited you, because I knew that you could bring it. Your wisdom, I respect.
I thank you.
You're quite welcome. So what's going on with you? You have something going on with young people, which I totally admire.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm still excited about what happened on the 2nd of August when we invited through my non-profit organization called Your Time for Creative Empowerment. We had put out an invitation to all the high school students and their parents in Long Island, both Nassau and Suffolk County, to come into one place so that we could embrace them and give them wisdom and sort of guide them on their journey through high school and even college. And we even went one step further to invite students, current students at college, to also come and talk to them. So it was like an intergenerational thing, but also a peer-to-peer event. And it was a very, very exciting event.
Nice.
I spent last week sending out thank yous to everyone who came. We had public officials who were there. Legislator Dwayne Gregory was there. Legislator Carrie Salages was also there. And parents, they really were there, and they for their children. And it made me understand just what it is that the power in what it is that I say to people, that they're to embrace the young children, because I saw it in action there on that day, where the children were, and in fact, another thing was the parents themselves were now getting into action and being a part of the resource group that we had there. It was such a wonderful thing, and we're going to have it again. We also have a contest, a creative, we call it, a creative empowerment arts contest. This again is open to all children in the high school in Long Island, Nassau as well as Suffolk County. And the deadline for the submission deadline date is the 23rd of October. Okay, so please, I would like for you to tell your children, those of you who are listening right now, tell your children to go to www.yourtime4liny.org to see all the details on this. We want them to use their arts form to address what it is that they are dealing with today in this 21st century. And because we care about them, we want to know, and we can't help them if we don't give them the opportunity to tell us. So through, whether they dance, sing, write, or paint, we want them to be able to take part in this contest. And also, we have like 5 scholarship awards. For the 11th and 12th grade, they're getting $1,000 each, and the 9th and 10th grade students will be getting $500 each. And then those who are leaving now to go to college, we have room for you too.
Nice.
Do it.
That's awesome.
Yes, yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
Very nice. So, Madonna, let me ask you a question. When I asked you to co-host with me today, and I told you the topic, what was the first thing that went off in your mind?
The time has come. The time has come for open dialogue on this. A lot of what ails society and even us as women is that we are still operating from, don't talk about it, what will they think of you? They might think that you're coming from a place of superiority. No, you must come from a place of reality. So that's what I thought when I asked you for the theme and you told me that. And I was so happy. I'm really honored that you actually chose me to come and be a part of this dialogue today.
It's going to be good.
Yes.
You know, I ran for governor back in 2010, and my campaign manager told me, he taught me the term crabs in the barrel back then, back in 2009. And I never knew what he meant. And I said, what does that mean? He goes, my father always told me it's about when folk are pulling you down. And it's a term that a lot of our parents or grandparents used back in the day. Yeah, you don't hear it that often today, but I want to bring it to 2014 because it's a very real issue.
It is. And also, the thing is that let's give the crabs, the crustaceans, their dues, for goodness sake. When they're in a barrel, they're looking to get out. They're looking for air. They're looking to be free.
That's right.
But because of the nature of their body, as they claw their way, they are touching each other and crawling and pulling each other down. And this could not be a deliberate effort. No, they're trying to get out. Now, coming to the human beings, the ladies, women, if we're to interpret that which is sad, pitiful for the crab, we have taken on as a way of life to either get back at somebody or just feel that we are on top of the world and nobody else needs to be there too. So that's how I understand that. The crab in the barrel is that also there's another aspect to this too. There are people who are not going any place, do not desire to go any place. They are just stuck in one place. Again, I'll come to their aid there. They probably have not been exposed, all right? Which is incumbent on those who are exposed and know what the deal is to talk to them, to show them, to help them, take them by the hand and show them, all right? So that's what it is. So now as you try to get out, if that group is comfortable with themselves, and it's not inconceivable, it really isn't. It's the truth. We're talking the truth now, right? It's not inconceivable, my folks, my friends, that there could be a time when you can be so comfortable in your nothingness, in your I'm not going any place kind of thinking, that you're comfortable with it. So when you see somebody from the group trying to move forward, you come up with tactics. You're not physically pulling them down. You're emotionally, you're mentally pulling them down. And that's what this concept is all about, that we would like to explore today, you know, and hear your perspective, and hope that when we're done, that we will have empowered a whole nation, not just the women, the men as well, because sometimes we attribute certain things to women that are actually also at play with men, but it's not so in your face, okay?
Right.
So,
Amen. So I want to have you introduce yourselves, and then we're going to go to break. When we come back, it's going to be on and popping.
All right.
Dorina?
My name is Dorina Barksdale. I actually have a show here at Madhouse as well called Women of Destiny. We air on Saturdays from 8 to 9. And
PM.
PM, correct. With my co-host Maxima Castro. I'm a community activist. I work for the Veterans Administration, a mother of 3, and a woman of power.
Right on. Well, welcome, Dorina.
Absolutely. My name is Cherie Dorch. I am a clinical social worker. I work in a school, an elementary school that I actually attended, and I have a private psychotherapy practice in Garden City. And so,
very good.
Welcome.
thank you.
And my name is Deirdre Avery, and everybody calls me Dee. I have my own business, but I also work for a living, but my business is my passion. And I will be producing a show and being a host of a show starting beginning of, September, every Friday between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. Thank you, Joe. And it will be called Passion for Health. We're still working out the details with Dee and friends.
Awesome. Well, welcome all of you, beautiful women.
Welcome.
Give us a call, join in our conversation, and be ready to rock and roll. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have 2 practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hogshair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your number one resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the number one supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive. Selected for their unique, memorable flavor, Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability.
Welcome back to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella and
Madonna Cole Lacey.
Madam Madonna.
There we go.
So I want you to know that I handpicked you ladies to be on the show because I know a little bit about you and I know that you could bring it. And you have diverse backgrounds, and I'm just so grateful that you guys did make it today. So thank you again. Dorina, you said you work at the VA.
Yes.
And my mom is retired from the VA.
Yes.
I worked there for a year.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it. I had to leave. And so share with me some of your experiences.
Well, you know, working for the government has its perks, just like any other job. It has its politics, just like any other job. But the facility that we are in, there's a tendency, I'm just going to say it, there's some racism issues there.
Right.
You know, and we see that where we are.
Mm-hmm.
But it's how you handle it, you know. Some of us are there because we need our job, no matter what. But I call it training ground. Because you're always going to run into somebody who's going to try to stop you from getting to that next level, getting to that next grade, try to stop you. And they will do things and go out their way to make you not be happy, you know. But because I'm a Christian, you know, and I always bring that up, you know that, I've learned how to stand on the word of God and allow them not to steal my joy, you know, because that is the character of God, and that's supposed to be who we are. Now, does it happen? Yes, it does. Because I could tell you off proper without cussing or doing anything like that. But all in the case matter is, and it's not just, it's bad enough when you're dealing with people because of their ignorance, but then when you have to deal with your own brothers and sisters you know, because of the fear of not being accepted by them, that they have to do the same thing to you. You just need to know who you are in this hour. Because if you don't know who you are, you'll fall for all the tricks.
That's right.
You know, and so I think the important piece is working in the VA system. You know, there's only but so many things I can say, you know, because of certain situations that are going on right now. You just got to know who you are in this hour. And it doesn't matter if you're working in the VA or if you're working in a school district or if you're working in, you just have to know who you are. And a lot of times people don't know who they are. And that's why they become a crab in a barrel. They'll pull you down.
I think you said one of the big things you said is fear.
Right.
And I think that's the underlying issue is fear.
Right.
Fear of whether it's somebody's going to get more than me, fear of there won't be enough.
Right.
When you have that lack and limited mindset,
Right.
this fear is not going to be enough. Whatever it is, it's fear.
Right. But you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong, and I say that all the time. They tell me I should stop saying that. Fear is the motivator that keeps a lot of us from going forward. It's kind of like it paralyzes us. And we have to learn how to come out of that, and we have to teach others how to come out of the place called fear. Because when we look at the word fear, and we've heard this before, is false evidence appearing real. You know, and so we have to realize, though it may look that way, that's not actually what it is. So going back to what Madame say here,
Madame
Madonna said, we have to change our mindset. The way we look and see things. Sometimes things are rooted from when we're a child, and we keep reacting in those same mannerisms, you know, and we have to take a position, or we have to allow ourselves to be surrounded by people who are different. We can't be around the same people, because if you're around, it's like you're walking around in that circle.
Right.
You keep walking around that circle, eventually you're going to fall in it,
That's
and you're
right.
going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. So sometimes it may take you changing affiliations and being around different people so that you can have a different outlook of things. I'm not supposed to be like you because I wasn't made like you.
Absolutely.
You know, and so when I can realize I'm different because I'm uniquely made in his image, then after that, I will realize I'm here for plan and purpose, you know, and I can't do anything by myself. And that's why people pull each other down.
Right. So, and the purpose, the plan and purpose is for you, is part of it is for you to enhance those around you.
That's right.
Right.
You know
And that's it.
You know what I found very disturbing? I Googled crabs in the barrel. And what came up were like 15 entries on black women.
Oh, stop
and
it.
crabs in the
Oh,
barrel.
stop it.
It was all relative to black women and crabs in the barrel. Every entry.
You Google it. That's interesting
That was
because,
very disturbing.
because I was wondering, I was going to say, it's interesting that you said that, because I mused to myself as to whether this was a cultural thing, and cultural meaning whether even other cultures went through this. And my answer is, even though I didn't go to Google or anything, my answer is they do. As long as they're human beings, they're here on earth, and they have fear, they have a feeling of this low self-esteem, not being adequate, etc. You have all these situations happening in every ethnic group.
Right.
You do. So it's how we actually handle it, how we approach it, that will make it work for us. But what you said, if you have about 15 entries that say black, obviously there's a bias that's being projected, perpetrated on the internet, okay, or in the culture. In the culture. That's what it is. And which brings me to the point that if there are certain negatives that are attributed to a group of people, be they black, white, okay, or women, or men, or sex, you know, a group, that we should work. Those who know better need to work hard at squashing that.
I think it's something that it's cross culture, but I think as people of color, I think it's more prevalent with us because of our history.
Right.
So I think maybe that could be a reason why it just brought up black women, because I think it's very prevalent with black people.
Well, the thing is, probably people of color, or we're a little more honest sometimes when we will discuss certain things, and on the web, maybe we're just coming out and putting it out there. But I found a lot of insecurity, leads to, you're talking about fear, but insecurity of yourself,
That's right.
of what's going on around you. So then you have to bring somebody down to make yourself up.
Right.
That would
You
fall
know,
under
and
fear
that's
still.
that's so it's so sad because it shouldn't be like that.
So-
But
okay,
but it
you're
is,
right, you're
you
right.
know, and that's the reality of it. So people have to realize you don't have to bring yourself down. I mean, bring yourself up by bringing somebody else down.
Of
You're supposed to
course.
share
That's right.
and help people to come and make yourself do better. Because when you do better, someone else can do better, and
That's
they'll
right.
help you,
Yeah.
push you up.
I have a little saying that I say, when somebody else is winning, it's only an indication that I can win as well.
That's right. That's right.
So that's something that I keep in the forefront. But everybody doesn't see things that way.
No, no, no.
Miss Sheila, let me tell you what else I thought of.
How you say my name?
Hey, listen, I'm giving you respect, okay?
All right, all
I said
right.
Miss Chiller.
Sheila.
Miss Challa.
Okay, go ahead.
Miss Challa. Let me tell you another thing that I thought of. I characterize this as a mental health issue.
It is, actually.
Of course it is.
Break it down.
Again, we're talking about being for real and being honest.
That's right.
When you think that something is worse than it is, or something that doesn't exist is going to happen if you did something, then there's something that is running amok here that you're not in control of. So this is why sometimes we talk about education. We've heard that said in many different ways about sharing, you know, and educating. And sometimes we might need to do more than just educate. We might need to go and sit in the couch.
Because
The
it's definitely
therapist's
about
couch.
self-awareness. And I think
Yes.
in therapy, that's what the focus is. It's learning about your own stuff.
Yes.
And what you said, it makes a lot of sense, because what happens is when people learn certain things, it's a learned behavior. When people learn certain things, they may see things a little different than somebody else, of course. But what happens is what in the unconscious, something that looks the same, sounds the same, is the same. So if you've experienced something that's negative when it comes to women, you're carrying that.
Right.
You constantly, so if you see something that somebody does or says that looks a little similar to something you've experienced in the past, that's what it is to you.
That's right.
what it is.
So that's why otherwise racism would have been dead and gone a long time ago. It would have.
Yeah.
Okay, but these are, you know, it continues to.
It's human nature. Unfortunately, it is human nature. And you try not to group people, because I work in a hospital system right now, and I've been working there for 27 years. So it's been challenging because, I don't know, Long Island people are a little different. I'm sorry, I love my people and what have you.
Why are they different? How do you see them?
The mentality, at least the ones that I have worked with, it was like the Stefford wives, you know. Everybody, I'm serious. They have to get up and go to lunch together, go to break together, and then they talk about anybody that's not sitting at that lunch table.
Do you think that's just a Long Island thing? Or?
Good question.
Now I gotta ask you, where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Queens, but
That's still Long Island.
No, but the thing is, no.
Considered a
when I
borough
worked
in Long
with-
Island.
with-
It's a
when I
mindset.
worked-
It's a
no,
mindset,
but-
Dorena.
No, it's a mindset. But the thing is, when I worked in the city,
Right.
people were a little more open. It was diverse. It was a very diversity.
I have to agree with you on that.
inclusion,
And I'm from
what
Long
have you,
Island.
you know, and not everybody. But see, if you're there the whole time, and this is your life, and you just make it here. You
I
know,
have to agree with you on that to some degree, because I do think outside of Long Island, when I go to different boroughs, it is it's more diverse, and it is a different mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's an effort for that diversity to be put in place. There is.
But when you
in
look
those
at Long Island,
boroughs, in
it's
those other
very
places that you
segregated.
go to.
It is.
All right, and again, if there's certain obstacles that are in the way in any particular place, be it Long Island or some town in Florida, okay, then you're going to find a whole lot of what you're talking about there. And again, that calls for education, the re-education of a nation. That's what I call it.
it's all about open. You have to be open-minded. You know, you cannot group a person into a category just because someone's had an experience.
Right.
Okay, and that I find a lot of people do, and it's human nature. And unfortunate, I try not to do that. Because somebody will tell you something, and that's their experience.
Right.
But guess what? That's not my experience.
You need to be open-minded.
You got to be open-minded,
Open-minded.
because when you do that, you are missing your blessings. You are missing that person, because you already said, oh, well, you already have a mindset on who I am, and you're not open to who I am really.
Okay, but shall I tell you something, though? Would you then say that this is nothing that comes overnight?
Oh,
It does
no.
not come to your doorstep overnight. It's a journey
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that
yeah.
we've all gone through, and we need to say that to our viewers. They need to know that, because I would hate for anyone to think that we're sitting here and making these comments because we have arrived, we're perfect.
Oh, no,
okay?
no.
It's all about our experiences that have shaped us, and we have actually taken time out to say, no, I don't want it this way. No, I don't like the way I feel
Right.
when I'm in the company of people who are putting other people down.
Yeah, exactly.
And you take upon yourself to move away from that,
Exactly.
or even try and orient them
Right.
into a different way.
Yes.
So that is what it is that we have to hold on to move, to take care of business in this way, in terms of pulling ourselves out of the barrel.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
get this phone call. Welcome to Body Shop TV.
Yes, hi, this is Teresa Hart. I'm calling into the body shop.
Oh, welcome, Teresa. Can you turn down your volume?
Yes, I am right now. It just turned it down.
Welcome to Body Shop TV, dear heart.
Welcome.
Hi.
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 I think I caught it late, but you said something. I didn't catch the name because I just tuned in. But it was something that the lady that's sitting next to you, that she said, that really sparked something in me because of what I'm dealing with. And that you said going through the process.
That is from Madam Modona.
Yes.
Okay.
She said, you just didn't get there, but you have to go through the process.
Yes.
It doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't
It
happen.
doesn't
overnight.
happen
Overnight.
overnight. And, but as much as you know that, it is so difficult sometimes to know that you have to go through the process, but get through the process.
Mm-hmm.
But shall I tell you something? That is why it is important for us to get together with like-minded people. There's bound to be one person who loves you enough and cares about you unconditionally to want to help you go through that process.
Yep.
Definitely.
Okay, so that's what you do, because it's very hard for us to go through things all by ourselves.
Yes.
And I'm just hoping, I'd love to hear people call after this, months after this, to say, guess what? We formed a group in a community. We normally have girls' night out, and guess what is the main thing on the agenda right now is empowerment, empowering each other, and supporting each other. So that's what we want to see from the show.
Yes. Yes.
sorry, what was her name?
Thank you.
Teresa
Thank
Hart.
you so much.
You are so welcome.
Thank you for calling Body Shop TV, beautiful.
Okay. Love you.
Love you
Bye-bye.
more,
Love you
honey.
too.
Bye-bye.
Cherie had a question.
Yeah, I had a question for her, but
Oh, you
because I
did?
just wanted to, when she said she was going through the process of what was actually, I wanted her to be more specific as to, what was it that she's going through? Is it something that she can't get to a place of not being that person that's the crab in the barrel, or is she experiencing that? But we'll get to the next person.
Oh, well, you know how sometimes that might have been difficult. I don't think she probably was calling to tell on herself that she was a crab in the barrel.
Right.
She was probably
But when she was saying that she was going through the
a
process.
victim of that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying, because I say, like, in order to get to that state of realization that indeed we must not do this, we must not do that, that it takes time.
Right.
So you had said something earlier in regards to self-esteem, and I want to touch on that when we come back from break. Stay tuned, give us a call, we'll be right back.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail center. Hog's hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
Welcome back to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella.
And my name is Madame Modona.
You crack me up, Madonna. You had said earlier that, you know, all this energy about crabs in the barrel is relative to a lack of self-esteem. And I say amen, amen, amen to that, because many, many years ago, I'm a very shy person, believe it or not. And very many years ago, I had a very low self-esteem. And when I was in that unhealthy, toxic mindset, everyone around me who was prospering, doing well, I was hating because it wasn't me. And I went through a little something, and I got through that, and now I'm on top of the world. And now I see the value of giving favor. I see the value of supporting women. You know, I've encouraged a number of women to have their own show here at Madhouse TV, and I started a little producer circle. So we're going to be meeting on a monthly basis to share our skills, get new ideas. I'm going to bring in people that have much more experiences to share their trade, only to make our game better.
Right.
And so, you know, you said earlier we should have some sort of consortium to
Yes.
empower each other. And that's my vision with my little producer circle. So I just wanted to share that with you because it's important. It's important to give favor and to give back.
That's right.
You know, I have this magazine that celebrates the spirit of altruism. It's all about other people. Take the focus off of yourself. You know, I may be the host of this show, but I do it to give you an opportunity, a platform to speak your wares.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
definitely.
It's true.
And that's
And that is
Healthy.
what, yes, we need
It's
for
healthy.
those who are
you know,
watching.
So,
No doubt.
And it was
To
healthy for
take
you
that.
to admit that you were at a place that
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
you were hating.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Because everybody can't admit that. So, and you have to be able to admit that to be able to move forward
Yeah.
and live a healthier, happier life.
And I can also identify it when I see it.
Yeah,
You know,
that's why you can.
I see people that come into my presence that they clearly lack self-esteem, and they may not be. It's obvious, and so I just try to embrace them. I call
Yeah.
them beautiful. I
Yes.
hug them. You know, and they feel it. Even in my work environment, I work at a place in Nassau part-time, and it's a very unusual environment. And I come in with big smiles, and they say, "How you doing?" I say, "I'm on top of the world." They don't know how to respond. I watch their reaction.
Yeah.
It takes them a minute to register.
Do you find that they respond better when you say if you were to say you weren't on top of the world, or you felt bad, or you
Of
felt?
course.
I've been there for a few months, and I have seen a little transition, especially with the young ladies that sit at the front desk. You know, the other day, she goes, you know, I started saying it myself. She was telling me because it makes me feel good, and even when I'm not feeling good, I say it anyway,
Yeah.
and it just psychologically
Exactly. Yes.
works.
Exactly. Well, see, my attitude is, you didn't do anything against me. If I'm having a challenge, guess what? I'm going to have that challenge with that person, and I'm going to leave it at that person. And then the next person I encounter, I cannot bring that to them because they didn't do nothing to me. So I'm going to keep it where it needs to keep it. And then actually, once it's done, I'm the
Right.
type of person, it's done, let's move on.
Right.
You know, because
Life is too short.
It's too short. You know, it's
That's
like,
the thing.
I let you know how I feel because I need to let you know, because if I don't, then I'm going to keep it.
Right.
And you
that's
don't want to
toxic.
keep it. Yes,
Right.
it does keep you
There's
toxic.
something that's very profound that I use every day, or when I get into, I can't say any altercations, but when there's somebody that has an issue, never take anything personally.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is about this person. They're feeling this way because of something that they're going through.
Yes,
or something that's
exactly.
going on in
Right.
their life. So
Exactly.
I'm just, you know, there's many a times that I've been confronted with something, and I just go, okay, because these are your feelings.
Yeah.
And, you know, and
You have to
just
validate it.
Validate
You
your
gotta
feelings to
validate
keep
it.
moving, because
Yeah.
this is really not about me.
Definitely.
And I think
Excuse
if
me.
we kind of change our mindset to understand that,
Yes.
And that's
it'd be easier
exactly
for
how I
us.
feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Welcome to Body Shop TV.
This is Teresa. I'm calling back
Yes, Teresa, welcome,
because the
dear.
lady wanted to ask me a question.
Yes.
You mentioned that the journey was difficult for you. I was trying to find out exactly what is it that you're trying to make change as far as your life and in the topic that we're discussing.
Well, I recently had a physical challenge. I had an accident on my job that kind of really limited my mobility. I injured my back very bad and had to have surgery on my left hand. And trying to get out of that, I might as well call it what it is, a depressive state. Because Chella knows I've been on the Body Shop show. I'm an author. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I've went through many hurdles. And I'm at this point right now where I just feel so stuck. I mean, I know there's a light on the other side of the tunnel, but this moment, this space and time right now in my life, it just seems so hard.
And sometimes you got to go through that. Unfortunately, you do have to go through it, but you will rise from that challenge because you have rised many times. So you just put it up to God, and He will bring you.
What are you learning right now? Because I always say, look for the lesson, and whatever it is you're going through, look for the lesson. Is there anything? Just be aware of any lessons that you are learning right now.
Yeah, well, that is the question I am asking God. Lord, show me what am I supposed to be learning or seeing at this moment, because in past experiences I had been able to use those challenges to be a blessing to so many. And even though I'm at another level in my life now, it's still another process, and it's different unlike any other. So I am looking to gain what I can, but it's just in this moment right now.
Well, I'm going to say
the lady said, I can't remember her name, she said you have to circle yourself around people of like mind. And what was, as of today, what was what I hindered myself from was just that.
Well, let me ask you a question. If I were to say to you that you are indeed the same person who made such a difference, even in the wake of trials and tribulations in your life ages ago, if I were to say to you, you're the same person with the same ability, the same power to touch lives, what would you say to me?
I would say amen.
Good. So go with that.
Yes.
Run with that, my friend, okay? Run with that, okay? If you need to find a next door neighbor's child to put your arm around that child and help that child along, you will be able to see the value of yourself in that manifested in that child. Do you hear me?
Yes.
So please do not wait. We would like for you to call us again and give us the praise report.
Thank you.
You're
God
welcome.
bless.
You're welcome.
That was
God
very
bless you too.
profound, because that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
Just finding that value within yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
which is what we touched on earlier. We were saying how you had brought up, Dee, earlier that, Long Island people are a little different.
Yes.
And when we look at Long Island, we see that Long Island is a segregated area. And see that Hispanics live with Hispanics, blacks live with blacks, and Caucasian live with Caucasians. But the issue with that is, and which we're going to find across the board, is that people don't know how to embrace the difference in another individual.
Yeah.
And when we learn how to embrace the difference in the other individual, we could begin to unite, accept the different affiliations, and make change.
Right.
That was something that we had touched in between. Do a commercial break, and I think that that's what the difference is, because people have a perception of you as soon as they see you, even though they say they don't say that, but they do. Until you sit down with the individual and get to know them and get to know the character of the individual, then you could probably make an assessment for yourself how you want to deal with them, because we all do it. We all categorize. We all put here, this is what I want to do, I want to do here. That has to change. And that also is the mindset of a crab in a barrel, because I have put myself in a position where I feel as though I'm here, but in all actuality, we're really here. We're supposed to be educating and edifying and going to the next level. And you'll find across the board that people do not do that because they don't know how to embrace change or embrace the difference in the individual.
There's two things that you mentioned that I wanted to touch on. One of the things is because I've experienced that of just seeing me and not knowing me and saying, Chella and I was speaking about this before the show, that I was being called conceited. She thinks she's all that. She thinks she's this. But then you've never even had a conversation with me. And I've had people who've become my friend because they've gotten to know me.
Right.
And I think acceptance, when you're not able to accept who you are, it's difficult. I'm doing a women's retreat in North Carolina, August 30th. My friend Chantel is doing A Woman's Worth 2014, and that's something that we're discussing, this whole subject, and it's about the segment of my discussion is called "Only Love Can Conquer Hate."
Wow,
but it's
I
really
like that.
about self-love.
That's right.
You know, it's about knowing, we said this before, knowing who you are and being able to accept and embrace yourself.
That's right.
When you're able to do that, you can embrace others, and it's not going to be a problem.
But you're going to find that across the board. When you really look at it, people really just don't know who they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, some of it goes back to the dysfunction of the family.
Oh, yeah.
Some of it goes back by experience, things they have experienced through life. Me personally, I was married, I was abused, I raised 3 kids on my own. I have a child who has autistic behaviors, who's disabled. And when you look at that and coming out of that, you know, you have to realize who you are. And when you come from a background where everything is in chaos, and in this season, it seems like everybody's in a place of chaos. Everybody is dealing with chaos in some form of fashion. That's why it's important to put yourself in a place that I must make a decision over my life that I want change. And the way change come is that you make it, first you accept the assignment that I don't like the way I'm living. Second, you say, I must want change, and what am I going to do to make that change? Third thing is, get yourself around some people who's going to speak life and not death over your life. You know, so there are some steps that you must take, but nobody can push you into that step. I have a pastor friend, Pastor Jackson. He said, lead him to water. He said, well, push him in. Sometimes when you're pushing them in, it may seem like they're drowning, but our humanistic area will cause us to fight to come back to the top. And so when I want to live, I will make a choice that I'm going to live. But if you don't want to live, I could push you in. It's up to you whether or not you want to come to the surface. There is a difference, and we have to make that difference on an individual level as well as on a corporate level. See, I can learn from her, I can learn from you. Everybody here, I'm learning something from. You know, but if I put myself in a position that I can only deal with the white folks, I can only deal with this folks, I can only deal with that folks, then you're missing it, because you're missing out on the blessing that you can have, because that person is different from you. Doesn't mean that he can't bless you. And I go back to that too. You know, I love the Christians. I'm a Christian, but we miss it sometimes when we don't allow ourselves to go out into the world and mingle among those who are not like us. Because how are we going to be a light in a dark place if we're never exposed? You know, so we need to allow ourselves to come out of a way of thinking that I must rise. You know,
embrace the differences.
Exactly.
You have to embrace the differences.
Like Patty LaBelle says, don't block your blessings.
No,
that's right.
That's right.
I want to give you an example of what happened a couple of years ago. Gabby Douglas, young black athlete who took home the gold. And instead of us supporting her, and hooraying her, the first thing the people in our community said was, well, what about her hair? she needs a hair weave, or she needs her hair relaxed, or that should not have, that was so unhealthy. It was very upsetting to me.
Where do you think that comes from? What do you think?
Self-hate.
Absolutely, because I think this society has this whole idea about what beauty is.
Right.
Okay.
And people have embraced that.
Okay, so, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to all this. And there's a question in my mind. The question is, how do we, as we hear, we know we have so much to offer other women, but then how do we go about offering what it is that we have in a way that they could be receptive of it? Because there's a whole lot of understanding of the dynamics of people, the culture, the situation, the individual situations that they find themselves in. Because even as we talk about self-esteem, they're mothers who, because they went through what you went, and I might have not too long ago to myself gone through, have been victims of this situation where they have lost their self-esteem. There are women who did. They lost it, rather than say, oh, no, you don't. There's some of us who said, oh, no, you don't.
But that's what it is. You have to share. You got to share with people and be transparent.
Yes,
what happens if you try to keep everything inside of you, people can't learn from you. So you really have to be open. Because I have stories, and I'll probably touch on a few today, because sharing has helped me heal. Okay, because you're talking about toxic and what have you. My body was toxic. I never was one of those people that oh gosh, I had to bring somebody down per se, but I was very shy and I was insecure, you know, so I cry a lot, you know, and I sitting here with people, being able to talk, I could not do that. I couldn't even talk in front of anybody because I was a big girl all the time, you know, and my mama was like, you gonna be just like your Aunt Karen, because I had an aunt that was over 500 pounds, you know. So, and she died of obesity. And I remember she called me and told me, you know, if she had not been, you know, like at 180 pounds, she wasn't fat. But when she was dying, because her body now could not sustain her life, she realized at 500 pounds, you know, if she had realized it earlier, maybe she would not have gone through that journey, you know, and died at 52 years old, okay? So the thing, it hurts your soul when, you know, you see things and your mama tells you, oh, you know, don't smile because you got buck teeth and you know, things.
But see, stuff like that. Stuff like that. Even what you said earlier, Chella, you went on to Google just to Google crabs in a barrel. And what did it come up with?
Black women and crabs in the
So
barrel.
when we look at that, all we see is someone planting seed to tell us what we're not.
Yeah. Well, and that's our history.
Right. That's the history.
That's our history
Yes.
as black people. Not just black women, but that's our history.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we got to take a break. Stay with us. Give us a call. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no! I know. Power.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Spice Body Spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Spice Body Spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power. Oh, Spice Body Spray can change a regular smelling man into a man who smells like power.
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me.
Welcome back to Body Shop TV. My name is Chilla Chella.
Miss Chilichella and Madame Modona.
Madame Madonna. I love that
Madonna.
name. With one N.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, what a wonderful student this is.
So what were we talking about earlier? I forgot. I just love the fact that women are together.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what we're talking about. That women carry the world on their shoulders. And no disrespect to men, we carry a lot of diverse responsibilities. And we have very little opportunities to vent our issues and concerns. And I so appreciate Teresa calling and sharing her current situation, which she's going to get through, no doubt.
Right.
Yes.
But she needs to be encouraged along
Right.
the way. That when women get together, as time progresses, they begin to vent and stuff comes out, and a lot of good feelings start circulating, and it's healthy. It's a good experience. I personally don't have a lot of female friends because I care not to deal with the cattiness, the BS, and I just ain't got time for that. And most of my friends are males because there's no competition. There's no. It's peaceful. And the one female friend that I have, I adore her tremendously. Pamela Bedford. She's a Girl Scout leader for years, so I look at her as a grown-up Girl Scout. She always does the right thing, and because I get to be a bad girl sometimes, she corrects me. But she's a good role model. She's a good person, and I just wish that women would come to terms with whom they are, so they can be better friends to their environment.
That's right. I agree with you. I agree with you, and we were saying earlier. Why the cattiness? Why the cattiness? And Cherie, you said because of the insecurity, right? And so Chella just stepped on the fact that it's because we don't know who we are.
Absolutely.
There's an identity crisis in our nation.
It's easy for us to put everything on everybody else. We can't look in the mirror. We got to make all the issues about everybody else.
Yes.
Take responsibility and
And then, the other thing that we were sharing too is that I know for me personally, I have to sometimes pull away from everything, and I have to realign myself. I have to realign myself with my relationship with God. I have to be able to look in the mirror and say, what's wrong with me? Have I checked myself before I wreck myself? Because what happens is all these things could be going on, and we don't realize that we're a part of the issue. And so you have to look in the mirror and not walk away and forget what you look like. So for me personally, I have to get in a place where it's just me and him now. And God, take this off me, but show me in the process. And while I'm learning me in the process, I ask, give me something. Show me where I'm supposed to change at and help me do the change and give me the people that's going to help me change.
Shall I tell you what I also find? Is that even as we ask God to help us,
Yes.
we are not open and receptive to the voice.
Absolutely.
We still want to control what is going on, and so we miss it. We absolutely miss it. Even though we think we have submitted to God and God is going to help us,
Right.
we are still, quote unquote, in control, and we miss the message
We're not
that
listening.
we're not listening.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
not
yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not open.
Yes, because the God that I serve, the God that I know of, is one who will never have the ceiling open so that he can come down in a parachute. I know that God that I serve is in you, is in you, and you, and you.
Definitely.
Okay? He sends his angels, I always say, on earth to represent him. So, but we have to have that mindset. If you do not have that mindset to look for the best and the good in people
Yes.
around
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
and lift
Definitely.
that up,
Yeah.
then it's not working. It's not
Right.
happening.
Absolutely.
It's not happening.
Let me bring up another example. Beyonce and Jay-Z, highly successful black couple, black married couple. And again, so many people in our community hate on them because they use the Illuminati as an example or as an excuse or whatever, or the greatness of money, instead of embracing two talented people.
Right.
They're very talented,
Right.
and we don't accept that.
Right. So, I guess it depends on the individual, right?
I do, but I'm going back to fear again, because when you have this mentality that, you know, this person is somewhere and I'll never be able to get there.
Right.
Because that's what the mindset is. I'll never be able to do that. So that's where the hate comes in.
But people
they
have to
don't-
realize that
That you
they
can
don't
get
have to be
any-
the same.
I feel
Hold
like
on,
you
ladies,
can get
hold
anywhere
on.
that they are.
Yeah.
Welcome
Well,
to Body Shop
do it
TV.
different.
Right.
You know?
Hello, this is Cecilia calling from Florida.
Hi, Florida. How's the weather down there?
It's raining and lightning.
Oh, no.
wow.
We better make your phone call short because we don't want you to get electrocuted.
Exactly.
So we're talking about women and crabs in the barrel. You have a question or comment?
Yeah, you're blaming the women. You have to realize that it's not an issue only with women. It occurs with men also, who are attempting to climb the ladder of success, and they knock everybody down who's in their way. As an experienced professional, I've experienced this with my coworkers, especially in nursing. They're a bunch of backstabbers. They themselves have been helped up the ladder by a kind individual. Once they're there, they will not extend their hand to another one because they are so greedy for power that they will not extend the hand to bring another one up on their level. And they'll do anything in their power to keep that one down. This also occurs with men that are in power.
Yeah, I think that was
thing.
It's a
said
fear.
at the top of
It's
the
a people
program.
thing,
Yes,
yeah.
I brought that up. Yes, that it was not just a woman problem.
Yeah.
That men do that
It's
too.
definitely.
The men do it too, and you see it a lot in politics.
When
That's
you
what
have
we're
a fear that there's
experiencing
not
right
enough.
now, with all these wars going on, they're all looking for power, and they're not acknowledging the abilities of others. They don't want to listen. They don't want to negotiate. And this is all through the professionals, all through the society.
So what advice would you give women then, so that they can do less of that crab in the barreling, and not use the men who we all know are very good at that as their role models? What would you say to?
Golden rule: do unto others as you would have others do to you.
Wonderful.
Right on. Amen.
Beautiful.
I'll tell you one thing. Be kind to the ones on your way up, because you're going to meet those same people on your way
Yeah,
down.
No doubt.
There
No
we go.
doubt.
There we
Definitely,
go.
definitely.
There we
No
go.
doubt.
Well said. That
Well,
was well said.
Thank you so much for calling, Florida. We love you.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
Bye.
That's right.
No,
You meet the same
Oh,
folks
yeah.
on the way down.
Definitely.
And when you reach the top illegally or unethically, you fall, you come down real
it's
quick.
not
Real
I
hard.
always say that's not permanent prosperity.
That's right.
No,
That's right.
No,
It's
no.
It's not.
You don't have to go on somebody else's back to make it. You know, people don't understand that. Just because, and it's not like she was saying, it's not just women and men. You know, women, men definitely, because they're scared. Everybody's fearful of losing their position, and it's not about that.
Not
There's-
having enough.
and you know what? There's a lot out there. Everybody can have room to do what they do. And the thing is, as long as you're doing the right thing, you will stay where you're supposed to be.
Well, this is it.
You know?
Because if you came to it in a healthy way,
yes, exactly.
you have nothing to worry
exactly.
about. In the garment district, there is a terminology that goes like this: dog eat dog. It's a dog eat dog world out here. And I learned that very, very early in the game. With my wearable art that I do, I have chosen to not go into the main market, into reproducing and manufacturing and associating with the garment district. For this reason, when I first started doing this, I was a good friend of mine sent me to a manufacturer who, knows the ropes and everything. And I was ever so shocked to see that this person, it didn't matter that it was someone that he respected, that sent me to him like a go-see with my garment bag with beautiful, one-of-a-kind garments that I had created. This man was hitting on me, had nothing to do. He didn't even look at the things in the bag. And I'm like, what? So, of course, I was so naive and so naive, really. I didn't even know that this existed, okay? It was like, yes, somebody send you to somebody that they respect so you can help this person out. So you help them. So I went there and I said, never. So that really made such an impression on me that if I can't do it on my own steam and bring the people that I trust along the way to doing it, then I'm not going to depend on people to do that. And a lot of our young people fall prey to this. A lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's why you have to have that strong foundation also.
Thank you.
Because if you don't have that strong foundation, and it may come from your parents or it may come from someplace else. You know, I had very good, my grandparents were there for us, because my parents got divorced. They were young. They didn't know how to really raise a family. So thank goodness the grandparents stepped in and they were able to give us that strong foundation. So as long as you know what's wrong and what's right, even though you may stray here and there, you know what's right and wrong, and you come back ultimately because you do have that
Thank
foundation.
God for that. Thank God for that.
So it's scary. So once you do that, and see, I don't like negativity, and when I see the negativity coming, I'm like, listen, I'm ready to go. I'm just going to remove myself. Please don't say that, because you're going to regret. You're saying that, and then later on you come back, but you already said it. So please, I see where it's going. Let's step back.
And that's important to have that discernment of being in an environment that's toxic or bad energy, because we take that on.
Right,
exactly. And like you said earlier, you sense when you're in an environment where there's unhealthy energy. And I think we all have that gift.
Yeah.
And what we put out into the universe is effective.
Definitely.
Very
effective. You want to keep it very positive around you. You want to surround yourself with positive people so that you can stay there. Going down, I don't like it.
Unfortunately, we can't always do that, though. So sometimes you have to learn how to operate in that kind of environment.
Right.
That's true.
That's it. That's it. You just took that right out of my mouth.
Because something I learned that I teach in my anxiety. I have an anxiety and depression group that I do. And I always say you got to learn how to be more proactive and less reactive. And what we call in the psychoanalytic world is called the observing ego. It's like you just have to be so mindful of what you're feeling in that moment and what you're going to say. So it's something I had to learn myself. So.
Okay.
Awesome. Yes. We're going to take another break right now. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
That's
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Welcome back to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella.
And I'm Madame Modona.
So what we do from time to time with our guests, and Dorina, Deidre, and Madame Madonna have done it already.
Right.
So let's just do it. Let's just do it with Cherie.
Oh,
Cherie,
okay.
relax.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Okay.
And you ladies can chuckle if you want. And we're just gonna do a little personality assessment.
Okay.
What's your favorite furry animal?
Dog.
Why? 3 adjectives as to why.
Oh, can I use unconditional love?
Yes.
Cute.
Cute.
Friendly.
Friendly, okay. Unconditional love, cute and friendly. Very good. So that's how people view you.
Really?
Yes. Now, what's your favorite color?
I don't really have one. Maybe blue.
Blue? 3 adjectives as to why. Why is it? How does it speak to you?
Calming.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty.
Beauty.
Cool.
Calm, beauty, cool. That's how you view yourself.
Oh, good, because that's what I am.
Right on. What's your favorite body of water? It could be a bathtub, it could be an ocean, whatever body of water. And
Ocean.
3 adjectives as to why.
Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the same thing as the color blue. Calming. I'm going to say spirit.
Spirit.
Uh-huh. And it's, how can I say? When I'm near the water, it's relaxing.
Relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you view sex.
Relaxing. That is. Because I think sex is a spiritual act.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right.
You know, you're good.
I am?
Because I almost took this place down when they went there, you know? You're really, really good. Calm, cool.
Collective.
Really. Oh. I'm like, what? What did you just say? You went
Relaxing.
there.
Okay, now close your eyes. You're in a room, white walls, no windows, no doors. Tell me 3 things of how that makes you feel.
No windows, no doors.
White room.
Alone.
Alone.
Curious.
Curious.
Wondering.
Wondering. So that's how you view death.
I am going to die alone. My mother always told me that. Born alone, you're going to die alone. Curious about death. And wondering about it. Interesting.
That's cool. What did you ladies think when we did it with you in past?
Well, did we do it?
I don't know that we did it.
No,
because I
we
was with I-
right.
Yeah,
We
I
didn't
think
do it.
Yeah, because we were with I was
Right.
with another partner of mine. So it was Aisha and I. We just told us our story, but I haven't done it. But you'll tell.
Yeah, you have, Dorina.
I did the ocean thing. That kind of was like, whoa. I didn't perceive myself that way.
What did you think of the ocean?
I was like deep.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So when Chella said that, I was like almost on the floor.
Madam Madonna, what were your thoughts?
You know what my thoughts were. I was like, no, they didn't go there. You know, some of us belong to the old school where there's certain things that will be done behind closed doors.
Yeah,
and so when
stay
that,
behind.
when that just came from nowhere, I was like, what did that? And then what was my response? In fact, then that was even hilarious.
It was. I can't remember what it was.
Yes, it was so hilarious. Yeah, and the body mechanic was here, was just roaring with laughter. You know, because they had that up their sleeves. They knew what it was, and they were taking turns with us. They were taking turns. He said, no, you do that one. That's how that was. You know?
That was funny. That was funny.
Yes. But
So, in regards to women in the barrel, crabs in the barrel, what would be your take-home message, Dee?
Well, you have to be secure with yourself.
No doubt.
And you don't take it personal. And you have to just really work to know what yourself is and have that focus and be who you are, and don't try to get into the drama.
Hold on. Welcome to Body Shop TV.
Yes, hi, Body Shop TV. My name is Rayco. And I wanted to talk and chat with you guys because I really, really like what y'all do. I like that you give us a voice so we can be heard.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate that. I really do. I had suffered from depression. And I was going to kill myself Tuesday.
Oh, gosh.
And I get where Robert Williams was coming from. Because I always feel that if you put a butterfly in a cage, don't expect it to live. Just because you don't see the butterfly dying doesn't mean the butterfly isn't dying. As soon as you put a butterfly in a cage, it dies. And with my situation, I got some really bad news from the doctor. They were saying that they were going to cut off my leg. I wouldn't be able to walk. I had to stay in the house. I had to use a walker, then a wheelchair. I was totally depressed. That depressed me, and I am a butterfly. I am an outgoing person, and if you put me in a cage, that's where I went straight to depression. And from depression, it immediately was like, well, why should I even live? What do I have to live for? And the hardest thing for a strong woman is to tell somebody that you don't want to live again. Because they think about little things like they don't know what to say to you.
Right.
We're so busy wearing masks that we forget to be honest.
That's right. That's right.
With yourself.
Yep.
My family loves me. I know they do. They were saying things like, go to yoga, eat dietary food. Somebody told me to eat garlic, and all these things they were telling me. And all I kept breaking down was saying, you're right. Because I realized they have no idea what I was talking about.
Or what you were going through.
What I was going through. Then I turned on CNN one day, and there it was, suicide prevention line. And I said, well, maybe that's what I need. I need to talk to someone who don't know me, who doesn't know that I'm an author, who doesn't know that I'm the firstborn, who doesn't know, anything about me. So I called that line. And this lady talked to me, and she kept me on the phone, and I cried like a baby with her. And I was angry at her because she said, I understand. I said, how do you know that? I mean, she allowed me to get angry with her and everything. And then I told her, I said, I have to go to the doctor's Friday, and they want to come up. She said, well, I tell you what, today is Tuesday. She said, don't kill yourself today. She said, hold on till Friday and see what they say. So I did. And to find out, the doctor said, we're not going to have to cut off your leg. We got some specialists coming in, and we're going to take care of it. We are not going to cut it off. And I was so happy.
Wow.
But see, if I had killed myself on Tuesday, I wouldn't have had the answer that God was providing for me on Friday.
That's right.
That's the sad part about depression, and that's the sad part about suicide. We don't feel that the answer is going to change tomorrow, so we do it today, and then the answer does change. You do get that knock on the door of happiness. You do get all of those things. Someone does hear you.
I describe.
But as black people, we can't go. I can't walk out this door right now and tell people, I'm so depressed, my life is over. They will look at me like I'm crazy. Because I'm strong. I'm this strong black woman, you know. You know, I've got a foundation. I've got books. I've got a movie. I've got all of these great things. What are you depressed about?
A lot of people said the same thing about Robin Williams, and I actually wrote on my Facebook page that they don't understand the inner psychic conflict, the pain that the person is enduring, that they feel like it's never going to go away. So it doesn't matter how much money you have.
And I bet you Robin Williams went over to somebody and said, I feel like killing myself. And you know what they probably did? Bust out laughing, thinking he was joking.
Yep.
How can a butterfly, you put a butterfly in a cage, but then, because you want to see our beauty. So that's why you grab the butterfly, because of the beauty. Then you put her in a cage so you could admire it, and you could love it. But just because you don't see the butterfly crying doesn't mean the butterfly isn't crying. And he was a butterfly in a cage.
Are you in any kind of counseling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in counseling. They decided to not come. They're going to do a whole bunch of things, but I still said to myself, I think I need some help here because I did go there. I did think about it, and I was like really contemplating on how to do this. And so I said, I need somebody to talk to. And exactly, I called that number again. And I told her the good news because, you know, you don't speak to the same person all the time, but I did speak about, you know, the good news that I had. And they suggested that I go, you know, because I am going to have surgery. But they said, you know what, you're still going to be a butterfly in a cage with that surgery.
That's right.
And you're still going to go there. I was like, yeah, you know what, I sure will. They said, we got people that to come over. And so now they arranged for someone to come over after I come out of surgery to speak to me. And it's going to be anonymous. They said she's just going to come up, be just like a friend of mine.
Nice.
And she's just going to sit here and talk to me. And I was like, you know what, that's so great that they have that. Because that's what you need. You need to have somebody who don't know you. See, Robin Williams needed someone who didn't know who he was to be able to tell him, I get it. Because, see, I get what he said. I get it. I really do.
You know what?
And it's so sad.
You know, I want to commend you on the self-help move that you made that came in the way of hope to you. And what I want to say to you is that hold on to that strength. Even as you go through the counseling that you're going through, let it work for you. Do not go to counseling because it is the thing to do that gives you, quote unquote, hope, all right? Go wholeheartedly. Say, it's my time. Say, my time has come. And my time has come to live. My time has come to sail through this. Okay? And with all my faculties, my all
continue to fly.
That would
That's
go.
what I do.
There we go. There we go. Wonderful. God bless you. God bless you, my sister.
God bless you too. And thank you guys for allowing me to share that.
Before you hang up, I want to thank you for calling into Body Shop TV. And I'd like you to hold on to the line and give my engineer your phone number because I'd like to speak with you again.
Okay, great.
All right.
That'd be wonderful.
All right.
Thank you.
So she'll pick up the phone and get your information. And thank you again for calling, okay?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having this talk show. Really, guys, really, thank you. And I hope my voice helps somebody else.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I get the
You know,
butterfly in the cage feeling. I get it.
you
No
know
doubt.
it did. You know it did.
Keep the faith.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Okay.
honey.
Hello.
It was a great call.
That was
Wow.
a great call.
Great call.
Wow.
Cherie was just sharing earlier that she has a group that she has, the depression.
Yeah,
and-
well, I do a anxiety and depression group. So people come in who have depression and anxiety. I share a lot of my own stuff, like I was sharing that, how I had to learn how to be more proactive and less reactive. So I do have that. And I also have a girls empowerment, young girls empowerment club that I have. I did women. I didn't get a big response from the women.
because
They can't admit.
No, they're not open. People are not
No.
open.
Give
not
your
open.
contact information. Cherie.
You can reach me at my phone number is 516-305-2581.
Say it again.
516-305-2581. My website is cdorch, that's CDORTCHLCSW.com.
Very good.
So how old are the children that you...
They're first grade through fifth grade.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes.
So,
Okay.
Deidre, earlier you were giving some words of wisdom as closing remarks for our viewers in regards to women and crabs in the barrel.
Well, as I said, you have to be honest. You have to have that foundation. You also have to make sure that you focus and don't let anybody take that focus away from you. And teach people that it's not about, well, just show them by example that it's not about trying to get on somebody's back to get to where you need to go, because you can do it all together
That's
and
right.
rise.
That's right.
Yeah, basically.
Strength
And,
in numbers.
Yeah, and work with people and share. I love to share. I can't help but sharing and getting to know people, and it just happens, you know. It's like you see somebody and you smile, you know, and it just embrace people, you know, and I don't know, it just works for me. It just works for me.
When I first met you, it was at an essential oil presentation.
Yes, right.
And there were about 12, 15 women in the room. And I immediately saw your energy. I immediately saw your sunshine.
Right.
And I was gravitated towards you. And then when you showed me the product of that magic,
scanner.
that magic thing to show your true age, I said, oh, I got to talk to this one. But I say that because you stand out. And I just, celebrate who you are, celebrate you being your butterfly as you are.
Yes.
And you're an awesome, amazing person.
Well, God bless you. And, I have had challenges, but I didn't let it get me down, because the thing is, I grew from it. So I took it, embraced it, and said, okay, but I have to let people know how I feel, and then I move on. Because if you keep it and it just starts cancer. Cancer, and starts growing, and what's it going to do? Just make your body and make your souls toxic. So you don't want that. So you just want to let it go and then keep on. Yeah. So that's how.
And I welcome you hosting your own show here at Madhouse TV.
Thank you.
Beginning in September.
I'm so excited. I'm excited and then a little nervous, but it's all good.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I'll get you a hug later. I'm a hugger person.
Cherie?
Yes.
Closing remarks, feelings, thoughts?
Know that there's abundance in this universe, and that there's no lack, there's no limitation. Anything that somebody else can do, you can do as well. Same thing I said before, when you see somebody else winning, it's only an indication that you can win as well.
Can do it too.
And support other women, period.
Yeah.
Support other women.
Support other women, period. That's it. Just support other women. But you have to learn how to be okay with who you are.
Yeah.
Being honest with yourself, being mindful of your own stuff, because we all got our own stuff. Just when you're able to be mindful of the things that you're bringing to something, you experience better relationships.
We spoke earlier about we prejudge someone when we first meet them.
Yes.
And when I first met you, you had very little limited time to interact with me because of where we were and what we were doing. And I said to myself, I don't think she's interested in what I have to say about these kids. And it wasn't until
I was doing two things.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't until I sat down with you in your office the last day of school, and I spent about 45 minutes with you, that I saw a different Cherie. And I was so appreciative. You know, Dorena, you spoke earlier about how we have to invest the time in getting to know people. Not that I prejudge you, but I just felt because of our short experience that you didn't have time or didn't feel the importance of what I want to communicate.
It's okay. Call it prejudgment.
Yeah,
That's all right.
whatever.
That's okay.
People do it.
It is
what it is.
That's
It's unfortunate.
Those were the tools that you had. You used whatever it was that was
I had.
presented
Exactly.
to you at the time. Yes.
And after I spent that quality time with you and learned a little bit more about who you are, I shared that with other people that work with me. And it was like, oh, no, it can't be. You know, they were very prejudging. And I said, no, I was your cheerleader, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm just so glad that I had spent that time with you because now I see the beauty in you.
Thank you so much.
And I thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to take a break right now and come back with some more closing remarks. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Welcome back to Body Shop TV. My name is Chella.
Madame Madonna.
Madame Modona.
Yes. You know, let's not, I know we were talking, we're trying to get some closing remarks and all
We
that.
can get back to that.
Yes, I want to just have us not take that phone call that we had, that the caller that called in too lightly.
Both of them.
Yes, well, yes, that's right, we had 2 calls. And just encourage people out there who might be going through the same kind of thing. Maybe nothing as close to, I want to kill myself, I want to end it all. To please find someone that they trust to speak to. And I did make a comment about, when I spoke to her, I did say, when you go to therapy, please don't take it lightly. Because that's another culture, a subculture, all right, for us. This going to therapy and something that's foreign to people of color. Let's face
I
it.
think that's one of the reasons why I became a therapist,
Okay, great, wonderful.
because I felt my own people.
Good.
Needed your services.
Yes, it's a taboo. It has always been a taboo. If you go to various parts of Africa, there are no therapists there. You're not going to thrive. You will never pay your mortgage. You know, you'll never pay your car notes if you're looking for people to come to you to come and tell you their problem. So we must be aware of that. The reason why people are suffering in silence or just ending it all without any indication to the people that surround them, who are around them. So what I would really, like to do is appeal to those who are going through, and those two who surround the ones who are going through. If you cannot understand why a particular person is conducting business the way they are, don't just chuck it to, oh, they're crazy, they're that. Please.
There is a stigma that if
That's
you're a
it.
therapist, you're crazy.
That's right. Give them a hug. Talk to them and find out what it is that ails them and what it is that you can do. Be non-judgmental.
That's something.
And sometimes, too, you might say, I'm hearing somebody say, well, I have my own problems. And you're trying to make me a Mother Teresa or something. The news flash is this. As we reach out to other people, we are reaching out to ourselves.
Amen.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the news flash.
Yeah.
And I just challenge anyone who does not believe that or did not subscribe to that before now to do it and call us and tell us what it is that your experience was from that.
No doubt.
And I want to also take us now to, we're talking about women. A lot of us have had experience, a lot of experience under our belts. We've had the highs and lows of life that we've had to deal with. We must take some time out to think about our girls, our young girls,
Oh, yeah.
our children,
Our young
our young
people.
girls and our young boys.
Yes.
Okay? And figure out what it is that we can do to embrace them and prepare them so when they get to this age, to this stage of life, they will not, number one, be a crab in the barrel.
Helping
Number
people
two,
out of the crab barrel.
telling themselves or their neighbors or their family members they're getting ready to end it. And we're still just ending it without saying anything to anybody. Okay? Because there's nothing in this world that is so valuable, so important, including our body parts, let's face it. If someone is going to kill me, if somebody is going to perform a procedure to take a body part, why do you think they're doing that? To give me a chance to live.
Yeah.
To give me, it's a solution to a problem. So what we need to start doing is to start looking at that with hope, and rethinking about what it is that we have to offer in this world. Now I'm going to be in this situation. There might be many more like me in this situation. How about just sharing my strength, the strength that I have with those people who may not be or may not have been lucky enough to travel the journey the way that I have. So these are some of the things that I would like our audience to take into consideration.
Beautiful.
You know?
I
I'd
know.
like to challenge, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I'd like to challenge each and every one of us here in the studio today to be ambassadors to the women in our lives, the women who are not in our lives, and just empower them. And maybe, you know, Cherie, you already work with adults. You know, maybe you can incorporate some empowerment techniques to help those women along the way. Dorina, you have your ministries that you work with. You probably do it anyway. Deidre, you're getting ready to start your own show. You may want to incorporate that element into your
yeah,
show.
definitely.
Maybe the last 15-minute segment.
And if anybody's in the North Carolina area on August 30th, they can come to our
Oh.
women's retreat, A Woman's Worth. It's hosted by my friend Chantel Holly.
Very nice.
It's definitely
Well,
women empowering women.
That's
Okay,
great.
that's great.
That should be done
Phenomenal.
consistently
Yeah.
throughout.
Somebody was talking to me the other night. Yolanda was asking why can she can, because she's from New York. So maybe at some point she can have the same thing in New York.
Good, good.
Well,
I'd
we
like to
can't
help out
have
with
enough
that.
of
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Really, we can't
That's right.
have enough of that.
Yeah.
We need to, you know, just do this because most times you will not be able to reach everyone. So you might do in a certain geographic area and actually get the people to come and participate.
I'm wondering if they would, New York is just a different thing.
Skepticism.
Yeah,
People just are not open.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that can really happen here in New
It
York. But
can.
I'm sure it
There's
can.
a lot
but
of spiritual
Well,
people that are looking
it
for
can.
something. Yeah.
It can.
Yeah.
Well,
I think-
I understand what you're saying, but I think also it has to do with who you know and who is ready to open the door for you. And I speak from experience as I say this. Remember, I said at the top of the show that we had just done what we called a community networking soiree. And this was a precursor to our self-empowering workshop that we offer to all college-bound students
Right.
from 9th grade on every year. We've been doing this for about 3 years now at Molloy College. And I know what I went through. I know what I have gone through over the past so many years, getting people whose names you hear that is synonymous to helping the youth, okay, to come on board. And I am asking nothing of them. You don't have to pay to come in.
Oh, that's
We just want to embrace you, and we are asking people like yourselves to come on board as resource persons because we identify the fact that we know that you have something to offer. Come and embrace these children. Let them see their next door neighbors. Let them see their teachers. Let them see somebody in church. Come and work with them so that they can respond positively to them. But it has been like pulling teeth or worse.
You have to give me information.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
I
Thank
like
you.
that.
I will. You know, so it's been like that. People decide they can tell you, they can nullify and your initiative, so they think, or just neutralize you. But we talk about God, and God is just good all the time for those who would want to believe that. All right?
Absolutely.
We had about 70 people, adults as well as children, at that event. Yes, we did.
That's a blessing.
And it was like something that was put together in 2 months.
Wow.
Very good.
Yes, I actually did that in honor of my father who passed away in May. He was an educator, an international educator, and my number one cheerleader next to my husband and my mother. You know, true. And we had a workshop scheduled the weekend after he was buried. And I was not in any place to do this. So as I climbed out of talking about whatever we'll call it, stress, depression, whatever that was, it's a shock for you to hold your father's hand as he flatlines. You know, somebody that you're very, very close to. All right? So I decided I was going to do something, but something that was more lighthearted. We're not going to have all these little rooms of workshops and, you know, we wanted them to come. So I called it a soiree, a community networking soiree. Come on, people, come and embrace these children. So that's what we did. That's what we did.
Very
You know?
nice. Very nice.
So I'll give you my
Yeah,
contact.
give me information.
Okay.
I'll give you mine.
Yes.
So, Dorina, you want to give some closing remarks?
What would I say? I would just say, what Mother Wisdom say, because a lot of times we don't like to glean off those who have been here before us and sit under wisdom. It's important to have the impartation from those who have sat here prior to us so that we can learn. That's number one. Number two is walk in love.
Absolutely.
Walk in love.
Absolutely.
Walk in love. Because though we may not understand what is in front of us, what we do know is that we can walk in love unconditionally until we can get a clear understanding of what's going on with the individuals, those that are around us. And when we look at the crab in the basket, what we realize is the person is pulling down the other individual because they want to be like them. And they're coming from a dry place. When you look at the crab in the basket, what you find out is that they're coming from the bottom of the sea. They're considered to be the roaches, the rodents. And what happens is they're the ones that nobody would ever expect to go up higher. If we can recognize who they are, why they're in the process, then we can help lift them up. And love covers all of that. So all I would say is to walk in love. Glean from wisdom and walk in love.
Help them come out.
Amen.
I like that.
Yeah,
of course.
that's beautiful.
And I have to share that when I first met you, Dorina, we had a meeting at an environment where I had a lot of responsibilities.
Yes, I remember that.
I was overwhelmed. I was overworked. And you had a lot of energy during that meeting. Energy that I wasn't able to relate to at that time and place. But I appreciated something about you that I didn't get to understand what it was until years later.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. It's divine timing for everything.
All the time.
And so when that timing comes in place, just embrace it. And you know, everybody you meet, and we forget that, everybody we meet, they may be for a season, they may be for a lifetime, but the purpose of them never goes away.
Yes.
You know, so I appreciate all that, and I'm excited
All
about the
things are in
conversation.
divine order. That's what
Yes,
I
I thank you. I learned a lot from you today, madam. I really did. I really did. I
To
learned
God be the glory.
Yeah, I learned a lot from you today because I see an educated woman. I see someone who has something to offer, not just to those like her, but she wants to offer it to the young. And not many people want to reach out to young people anymore. Everybody wants to go forward. We need to learn to sit still sometimes.
Yes.
And so I learned a lot just from the education, the importance of just sitting still and gleaning just for a few minutes. All of this is priceless. Cherie, you're fabulous. I see God taking you mighty places. Dee, get excited. It's your season.
I'm good.
Thank and Alicia, I would say to you, or Miss Chella, I would say to you, I would say to you, God's going to continue to use you because you lift everybody else up.
Yes.
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 And as you continue to keep doing that, the favor of God will chase you down and overtake you. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You know, it was funny. Last night, Doreen and I was at an event, and there was an individual there that she had an interest in having on her show.
Yes.
And she approached me first and said, Chella, you know, are you going to have him? What did you ask me? Did you ask me if you could have him on your show, or am I going to have him?
Are you going to have him on your show?
And I happened to have him already booked for next week.
Right.
And I felt bad because you thought that I would not welcome you having him on your show.
I've had that experience. And so I've learned not to overstep my boundaries and respect those.
Listen,
Good for
the
you.
world is your oyster, Dorina, and life is too short for that kind of that kind of stuff.
But you see, that was very proper of
It
her
was,
to
and
do
I
so.
appreciate it, but at the same
It was very
time,
proper to us.
that's not who I am.
Yeah.
But we ran out of time. Ladies, thank you. I love you all.
we love you
Thank
too.
so much
yeah,
for coming
we do.
today.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Once again, a reminder that this Monday, the 18th of August at 7 p.m., we're having our Touch Sensorium. I will be giving massages,
Oh, wow.
and as well as a couple of other therapists, wellness modalities. Come on down. Free appetizers, cash bar, 7 to 10 p.m. It's all free. Also on Sunday, September 21, our Body Shop Blue Party. Wear your turquoise and do karaoke, and we're going to announce the winner of our T-shirt contest. If you haven't submitted your entry, submit it to bodyshopcontest at gmail.com. Once again, that's bodyshopcontest@gmail.com. Create an image for our new t-shirts for 2014, 2 colors only. Ladies, have an awesome week.
Thank you. You
I
too.
want you to love hard and kiss long.
Ah!
Great week.
Wonderful.